Hi, this is Mario, the HyperDriver. I'm here with all my friends, my team members, and I am here to give you what I think is going to be a short training, onboarding, and just quick reference how to navigate through the HyperPay. We are needing HyperPay desperately for a lot of you guys on all these new projects coming forth. And I want you guys to really be able to use HyperPay because I use it all the time. It works for me. I highly recommend it. It's free to get on board. You don't have to go through any passport KYC, major KYC. You can do a minimal KYC and use HyperPay for your advantage. Okay, a lot of projects coming out now are really needing your own, wallet, your own address, your own deposits, and your own methods of payment. And it's good to have your own anyway. It's good to learn and step by step get through that hurdle of learning. And hopefully this video will help a lot of you guys walk through the first steps of signing up. Okay. And then also some of the steps that you're going to need on your day-to-day use of the HyperPay app. Okay. It's very easy. The deposits are easy. The deposit address location is easy to find. Just take these notes and hopefully you can always play back this video that might help you. Okay, so basically what you need to do is you need to go to the App Store or Play Store, whichever one is your device. Go into the App Store. In the search area on the very top, and I'm going to use the monkey to show you where the search area is, okay? And then there, just put HyperPay. And then make sure you write out crypto wallet and card. HyperPay crypto wallet and card. Click search. Make sure that you see this logo that's above the monkey's head. HyperPay wallet, okay? And make sure that that HyperPay logo is visible. Now, in my case, I've already downloaded it to my devices. So I'm just going to click open so you guys see that you have to see this logo, okay? Also, you need to see the name next to the logo, similar to what's down here at the bottom, okay? The HyperPay logo and wording. So make sure that that's what you get, okay? So that way you could see that this is what you're getting. Once you get that, you download it, okay? Go ahead and open it or install it, okay? You click install. In my case, I just have to open it. Once it's open, it'll run you through these steps of skip, okay? You can skip it by clicking that little arrow, okay? That's right there to the left of my arrow. Or you could go to the next page. Each one of these pages will kind of tell you step by step of what it is, safest place to buy and sell and pay cryptos, okay? Multi-optional financial management, very good. I mean, it has, cold wallets and stuff available for you. It has crypto cards, which are debit cards. and it has the famous HyperMate, which is the safe storage wallet, which is typically you carry all your crypto in it. Okay, very good. I own one. I highly recommend one. All right, you can play dApps, you can play online games, bull versus bear games, and earn money, or you can use simulated money. Very good to get knowledgeable. Also gives you a choice to choose your different wallets, and you'll learn it. Even though it asks you which one you want here, once you download it, you'll have access to both. But I would get the off-chain. Okay, when you get to this point, click off-chain. Once you click off-chain, you click Start Now. Here you should allow always. And then it'll ask you for, to approve and accept their terms. You can always go back and read them. Okay. And it'll give you a little tour. I call this little guy here Guido. He looks like a fat guy with a round nose, unhappy face. In my trainings, I call him Guido, and it really, really sets the pace. It's your personal center is what it is. Okay. It gives you access to your security center preferences, and also access to the Web3 wallet, switch, etc. Okay. I would just click next. The HyperCard, it'll offer you where you could go down and get the HyperCard fast application. You can apply for a HyperCard. Do not need that right away. You can always get that later. Okay. Once everything is set up, then it'll ask you to log in, and then it'll allow you to go through all of these steps and stuff. I always tell people to click on Guido, which is the little guy in the circle, left corner, and it'll bring you to this login sign up area. And right here, there is a really, really light, faint arrow right there next to on top of my monkey's head. Okay. Right there is a very, very light arrow. You click in, and here you can pretty much set up everything. You can log in, or you can, if you haven't signed up yet, you can come right here to this. If you don't have an account, you need to sign up. Okay. So when you sign up, it's going to take you directly to the sign up page. Okay. And here you're going to either pick your phone or your email. Your phone or your email. Okay. So I strongly recommend that you start with your email first. Here above the monkey, you put your email address. And here you get the verification code. You click on that and you get a verification code. Once you get the verification code, it's just like most of the apps that we mess with will tell you to put in a login password. This is kind of like your bank. This is where your crypto is going to be held. So I would strongly recommend that you put a very, very strong password. My recommendation is you open the eyelid, which is right here. Okay, just click on the eyelid and it opens. Okay, and then you while you're in the privacy of by yourself, get as many different letters and numbers that you can. That's my recommendation. Okay, at least have one what do you call it, one small cat letter. Okay, and then just get as many different letters and numbers and symbols that you can inside of this password. Okay, I highly recommend that. Why? Because there's just simply a lot of bad people out there that's going to want to get into your crypto, and you don't want to do it. Here, you put in a referral code. Okay, so if somebody has sent this to you, then put their referral code in there. Okay, I'm not going to put mine here because it's going to be shared with others. So please make sure that you put your you get your sponsors or your referrers code. It's usually about 6 to 8 letters and maybe a number in it. Okay, it's always going to be, from my experience, a large cap letter. Okay, so it could be just numbers. So make sure that you get that from your sponsor. Okay, once you get that done, then you go ahead and you sign up. I'm not going to do that on this device because I've already signed up, and HyperPay is kind of anal about, when you register, you only register with one account. Don't try to register 2 accounts under your name. I do not advise that. Okay, so just remember these steps. And if you do decide to do by the phone number, make sure that you also follow these same exact steps. Okay, make sure that you send off for the one-time passcode and you put it in this area here. And it's going to also be a 6-digit numeric number when you do send that. So make sure that you get that correct as well. Okay. I always recommend everybody to use the email, because that way, once you're finished and you set up your account, you can always go inside and set up your phone number and everything inside the app once you get that done. Okay. Remember, always come to this point here at your earliest convenience. There is a light side and a pro side. When you first register, you are on the pro side. So you want to go to the light side by clicking the word light right above the monkey's head. Okay. Once you click light, what happens is HyperPay goes into a less busy area. It seems busy, but it's a lot less and much easier to navigate. Okay. First off, you're going to have to log in. Okay. And then once you're logged in, you can always come here and purchase, or you can come here and deposit. Okay. If you're wanting to get a Hyper card, it's right here. I recommend a virtual card versus a physical card for bill paying or whatever. I very rarely ever use my card. Okay, very rarely. Why? The reason is it charges you to insert, to deposit money in it, and it also charges you to use the card. Okay, and always fees after fees. I personally don't use it very much. Okay, down here to the right of the monkey is the home area. And then here is trade. You can come here and easily, go to the market on the very top and do some trading. You can click exchange, which is a great swapping area to swap crypto. Okay. So if you wanted, let's say, to buy Bitcoin, you can always just insert how much you want to buy, and it'll tell you how much crypto Bitcoin that you're going to get. It's also a really good place to come and look and see what stuff is valued at. Let's say you want to see what crypto's going for right now. You just put, you want to buy, you can actually swap them around. So bring the Bitcoin to the top and USDT to the bottom. And then you can always see what, let's say $1 worth of crypto will get you. Okay, get you 0.00003. Okay, if you want to see what crypto is actually bringing you, then you can come up here and then put what 1 Bitcoin is valued at the moment is 27,770.66 today, April 22nd. Okay, so great place to come in and review on different things that you might want to buy. Ethereum, or just for information purposes, this is a great fast place to come to and see what the market values are at. Okay. The other thing you got down here at the bottom is investments. You can come here and invest. And here you got just different methods you can invest between airdrops, fixed investment, bit or earn, or flexible loan. They have DeFi, etc. in here. But again, you really don't need all of that on your day-to-day basis of working with HyperPay. HyperCard, if you need to load up your card, okay, it'll show up right here, and you can easily fast load it, or you can go ahead and subscribe for the different cards that there is. Always remember, if you're in the United Kingdom, they got the European virtual card. If you're in the US based areas or something suitable for the EEA region, okay? And it has different cards available, okay? Mine is the Hyper BC virtual card. It cost me $15 to get, and it's pretty quick. They also have other virtual cards, and you can always just look them up and read all the different fees and all of that there is available to you. The other thing here is assets. To the right of the monkey, the word assets. You click on assets. This is very important to learn, because you'll have home, you'll have assets. In the home area, you'll be able to purchase. In the home area, you're going to also be able to deposit, okay, which is another important feature. In assets, you go to assets, and remember, you have to log in first, because the minute you click on any of these, it'll tell you to log in first, okay? So I'm going to come back on my telephone and show you the step-by-steps on how to acquire your deposit address, and also step-by-steps on how to send somebody crypto, okay? And also add friends, which is very important as well. Okay, so I'll be right back with me on my phone. So just bear with me for just a second. Okay, so one of the most important things that I always tell people is always get to know your application, your project, okay? Know your app or apps. Know your back offices and stuff, and you'll always be able to navigate freely through any of the apps. And once you get to know most of them, you're going to see that most of them will look very familiar to you in many ways, okay? Especially if you're working with the hyper area, the hyper, pay or any of the hyper platforms, or anything that's related to hyper platforms, may it be the current projects that we are on in different areas. So get to know the back offices. It'll be so much easier for you to kind of breeze through it and understand each of the steps. Okay, so I'm coming on with my telephone so I can show you my actual account and how to acquire my wallet address, how to send my wallet address to somebody, or actually do a withdrawal, send crypto to a certain location. HyperPay is very, very easy once you get over that little hurdle of learning where everything's at. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to go ahead and come on board now with my telephone. Go on board, come into it. All right, so we got the monkey over here that's going to continue to be our little mouse. So you can see that I'm already logged in. Usually where my price is where the login area is going to be. So you'll have to remember to log in, okay? Now, as soon as you get on board, you'll come to this area, and you got to make sure that you are in the light side of HyperPay. Now, I've already explained to you that I've nicknamed that little man in the circle right above my picture, or the monkey's picture right there, and that is Guido, okay? So I nicknamed him Guido. You click on him, and you get into your personal area. Your personal area is going to be you, your fictitious name or your name, okay? You're going to be able to go from pro to light right here by simply just clicking pro. Will send me to the pro side. You'll have to come back on, click on Guido again, and then you'll see that you can go back to the light side. I highly recommend you always stay on the light side. It's much easier to navigate through HyperPay, okay? The other thing here is you're going to have custody and Web3. I get a lot of people always ask me, Mario, something's happened to my HyperPay. I don't know what happened. It looks weird. I don't know what I'm doing. It's changed completely. What happens is that some people accidentally click on the Web3. And when the Web3 is clicked, it turns into the Web3 area, okay? Which is a whole different enchilada and a lot of different things to learn, okay? Now, most of these little ads are aggravating. A lot of people don't know how to get them out of their face. You can simply click on the X that's right above the monkey's head. So make sure that you click on that and the ad goes away, okay? Or just click anywhere on the page and usually the ad goes away. Here, you can come here and you can do DeFi, you can do assets, you can bring in your NFTs and store your NFTs in here and such. And that's basically clicking on each one will take you to the different areas that are in the Web3 area, okay? Now, also, if you have a HyperMate, you're going to have to set up your HyperMate right above my head of the monkey right there, and it'll walk you through setting up your HyperMate, okay? Mine is already set up. I can automatically send money directly into my HyperMate through here, and then I can also receive money from there as well, okay? Any of it. And it'll give me the address, and you just got to make sure that you're not sending it to this area here, but this is completely for your HyperMate or the Web3 area. So you want to come back to the custody side to go back to HyperMate regularly. Once you're in custody side, then you're back to the HyperMate pay area. That's the normal side. Okay. So remember, always click on Guido, okay? And then make sure that you see the pro. That means that you're already on the light side. And then if not, then you can always click right there and it'll bring you to the light side. Now, just a little while ago, I showed you guys the little faded arrow to the right of my monkey, okay? And that right there, not this arrow, but the one right above here, is where you go into either log out, which is down here at the bottom. I don't recommend logging out if you use your phone regularly. I'll leave it on. And then you can change your name right here anytime you want. Okay? So if you don't like your name after 6 months, you can always change it. It's not a big deal. Okay? The other thing is you can always change your picture as well. So if you want to change your picture, and then down here is very important that you have 7 days when you register to put in your inviter's registration number. So you can register right away without your inviter's number. So if you want to go ahead and register, you got 7 days to put their number in there so they can get their bonuses, okay? And you do get a lot of bonuses, trust me. You want to get as many people on your invite code as you can, okay? Now, another thing that's really important is the transaction history to the right of my little arrow, okay? Remember the monkey? Okay, I use it as an arrow, as a pointer. So transaction history is very important. Here, you get all your information from monies coming in. For example, this was a deposit that I requested from the ATG, the scalp. Okay, that was some of my commissions. All right, so it came in here. I sent it, I requested it late last night. And then this morning sometime it came in, okay? Very important, especially for you guys that are registering on the scalp or different projects and you need the hash receipt, some projects. This is the hash receipt, reference number, okay? You might want to add a description and then you could put easily or click that little clip button there to copy successfully. Or you can also, what I do a lot is I add a description of what this deposit is. So that way it's fresh on your mind. You can always click add a description. And here it's scalp commission. Okay. Once you save it, and you can read what it says right here, and it'll always be in your receipts. Okay, these are your receipts, all of these. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And it'll show you different ways. You'll get used to it. That's in your transaction history. Now, for your friends, okay, you want to add your friends. You definitely need friends because you never know when you're going to be buying some USDT from somebody or some sort of coins. You want to have friends. So you click friends. Up here, you got a little fat Guido. I'll call him the fat Guido on top of the monkey right here. He's got an X on his butt. You can go there and just click on kick him in his butt is what I always tell everybody. So by kicking him in his butt, it'll take you to your ad area. You can use your code or you can scan or you can bring in people you may know, or your address book from your telephone, okay? You definitely want to do these 2 top things here. And if you can't scan the code, put the person's email in here. Otherwise, you click on that, and then you can have them easily scan your code, or you can click on your email and send them your email so they can add your email to their list, okay? So remember, clicking that little clipboard is very important You don't want to write it down. You might get the addresses wrong. Once you get your friends list going, you can always very quickly go back to your friends list, and you can send and receive crypto from these people instantly for free. So very important, okay? Always add your friends to your system. The other thing here is your address book, also your messages. Messages are very important. Always keep up to date what's going on, official news. A lot of stuff comes in. And also here, sometimes you'll get your friends requests, so you got to come down here to add a new friend. Okay, I've got a new friend here, Johnson. So come over here, okay, and you can see who you can add very quickly to your friends. Okay. Once you get that done, you make sure you get that up to date. Then you can come over here and see your transaction notices here too. So you'll have a lot of transaction notices here. Okay, and it'll tell you who you received it from, what time you received it, and everything is right here. Very, very good. Bookkeeping is awesome here. Okay, the HyperCard reminder is another good thing. And just different things that you can set up and learn right here will give you notifications, official news, things that they're bringing in is always here. Just keep up with it. And whenever you got something new, the little red dot will be there that notifies you that you have a new message. Okay? Your draws, my packets, I showed you guys this last week. This is a fun game to play. And now you have invite friends. When you click invite friends, I don't recommend that you send them your link. The reason why it gets very confusing to a lot of people, I've noticed. Now you can if you want, okay? But I usually just tell them, hey, download the HyperPay app and insert my code. And then I come here or the front, I'll show you where it's at. And then you can easily send them your card, your invite code. They download the app, very quickly install it, and then they can insert your referral code during the registration or after. They got up to 7 days to do so. Okay. Here it'll tell you how many friends you've got. I've got 77. Okay. The more people you have, the more you'll get up into the levels. Okay. They do have V1, V2, V3, V4, and V5 levels. Your second level friends will also show up here. Okay. And then also your friends rewards and also your USDT rewards will show up here. Also, it has a nice thing here on the very bottom. It says share poster. I like the posters because you can print them out and you can have, one side of your business card can have, for example, VidiLook, and then the other side can have HyperPay with your code. And all they have to do is scan that code. It'll come directly to you. I usually give them this one because it's less confusing to most people, or that one. Okay. But the problem when you give them this is they expect that they're going to be receiving 5,000. It's not. It's 5,000 in bonuses, and it's HBT. Confusing, but it's an awesome app, where you can purchase your physical wallet, and you can also have a great wallet at your hands here. Okay, and you can also share it with your friends down here on the share button. All right. Your rewards, your invitation rules and regulations. You want to get more into what other areas and rewards you can get. Okay. Just read these rules and it'll tell you. I don't really bother with all of that. My concern is to get people on board as fast as possible and where that, app will be useful for them. Okay. All right. So I've already showed you how to change my name, my picture, which is at that little faded arrow. But also I wanted to show you right above my head is my code. Okay, that's my referral code that's to the right of the monkey right there, my invite code. All right, Security Center, very important. Click on that green umbrella and come here and get those points as high as you can. The least amount, 45, the best, 120 or more. Okay, your email, make sure you get it verified. Your phone, you add your phone and get it verified. And then your real name, get it verified would be good. If you're okay with a Google Authenticator, enable it. Okay, your Security Center is important. You change your password if you want. I always recommend once every 6 months or whenever you feel unsafe. Your trade passcode, please write it down. Your Face ID payment, I usually turn that off. It's kind of a pain to do so. Sometimes it still makes you do it. Okay. Passwordless payment, that's up to you. Facial recognition, that's good. Anti-phishing code, I don't use. The other things that I don't also use is the large trade call. Security questions, definitely do it, and you will be okay. All right, especially with the Google Authenticator. The rest of this down here, display language, you can change. Theme mode, you can go from light mode to dark mode very quickly. Okay. I kind of like the light mode because I'm already used to it. So I just do light mode. Okay. Different strokes for different folks. Okay. So once you get all that set up, this area all set up, you're going to be golden. Now, if you want to buy crypto through HyperPay, you can. You can go through the purchasing process. You pick out what you want. BTC, USDT, Ethereum, and all kinds of other coins are here available to you. USDT is the widely used for me anyway. Okay, you come over here and you can buy $100, $200, $10,000. It really depends on your bank. You may consider ADV, INST, or Simplex. I use Simplex all the time, even though it's a little bit more expensive, but there you go. Okay, you have choices. Once you go through the very first time, it is really simple to get the crypto and done, and you'll have to go through all of these steps. Okay, and you have to come down here to the bottom. To the left of the monkey, there is a little circle that says, I have read and agreed to the disclaimer. Just click on that, go to the next step, and it'll walk you step by step what you need to do, okay, for buying crypto. Now, I have already set up my stuff and dealt with them before, so it's really quick, but I would consider maybe setting up your Apple Pay or come in, and I recommend you buy a little bit first time, but remember the fees are quite high. So depending on how you buy things, use HyperPay, you may consider the fees. Okay, so that's purchasing. Okay, that's the purchasing. Now, deposit, very important. You're going to be using deposit more than purchase. Click on deposit, click on, come here to the hot area. Look on the top of the monkey's head, it says hot, okay? And USDT, Ethereum, Dodge, Bitcoin is all here, and BNB as well. A lot of people use MetaMask, so this is the place to buy your BNB. Or I always buy USDT. or send in USDT. I'm sorry, this was deposit. So you're going to be receiving TRC20, ERC20, or BEP20. Remember, MetaMask uses BEP20. ERC could be you're receiving money from crypto.com, Coinbase into HyperPay. Make sure that you get these addresses correct, guys. Okay, very important. And then right down here at the bottom, to the right of my arrow, says copy address. Just put your finger there for 1 second and then let it go. You'll see it says copy successfully or scan it. Once you copy it successfully, after a while, you're going to learn that's your address. Mine, I memorized it because of the duck at the end, DUKK, TVB, okay, TBV. So I know it's my address, and then you can send your address to somebody, whoever's sending you crypto, or inserting it to a place that that's going to be sending you crypto. Okay, that's deposit address. All right, now you're going to want to learn how to send, okay, crypto. So right below my monkey says assets. Okay, assets, right below his chin. See it? Assets. All right, so you want to click on assets, and you want to come all the way to the top, and then all the way to the middle here. It says withdraw. You can also come here to deposit, or you can come here and exchange. Okay, we'll look at that afterwards. We're sending somebody, or we're paying something. Okay, we want to withdraw. You got to have enough assets to withdraw. Okay, so we're going to click withdraw. I'm going to send USDT. So right up underneath the monkey's chin is my USDT. Okay, so you want to send in USDT. It'll bring you to this address. Okay, so transfer USDT to the blockchain, not your HyperPay account, blockchain. All right, you're going to send TRC20, ERC20, or BEP20. These are the 3 main networks. So remember them. Okay, don't make an error. Most of the networks we use is TRC20. You put the address here, or you can scan it. Okay, you can scan it. This icon on top of his head that looks like a minus inside of a parentheses, that is a scanner icon. Okay, or that other one that looks like a paper is the address book. All right, so you either scan it, get it from your address book, or you insert the address. Never write the address number by number. Never. Always copy and paste it, and double check your first 4 and your last 4 digits. Always. Enter the currency down here below. Once you do that, okay, when you do that, the keyboard pops up. You have an OK button and a delete button, so that way you can put 152.96. Oops, I made a mistake. You delete, okay, 5. Oops, I made a mistake. 4. And this is the delete button, the one with the X on it. Okay, 152. You want to send 150? Always add the mining fee. Okay, in this case here, it's $2, 2 USDT. So add the 2 in it. Otherwise, you're going to get 148. Once you get that done, click OK. Make sure you got the address in there, and then click send. The send button is at the bottom of the monkey's chin. Once you get to that section, it'll take you to another section where you're going to review the purchase, okay, or review the send. And that's it. Okay, so you have major important buttons is your deposit and your withdrawal will always be in your assets. Okay, also in your home, you'll have your purchase button and your deposit button as long as you are in the light section. Okay, in your light section, it'll say pro here. If it's in the pro section, it'll say light for you to go to light. All right. Another important area is your transaction history, your friends, and also your your wallet name, etc. Okay. Where do you see your balances? Mario, I want to see where my balance is. You can click on it. It'll bring you to funding. You click on funding. It's got a little arrow. Anytime it has a little arrow, it's clickable. And then here you can see where your funding is. I got 2,180 USDT in Tether. I've got MOF. I've got a big whopping 67 billion, which is only $1.44. I'm a rich man. And I've got HBT. Okay, and I've got ADA and BTC. Not very much, but my major money is in my USDT. Okay, so that's where you see your balance. You can always go back to the home button. Okay, and then you can come back here to see your balance by clicking on your balance and then clicking on your funding and then seeing where your balances are. Okay, make sure that you always have enough. That's it. So recapping is home, trade, investment, HyperCard, and assets at the bottom. That's the main menu. Okay. Here you can just kind of surf around and get to know everything. Your HyperCards, like I showed you earlier. Here's my virtual card that is active. It'll say on. If I want to deposit into it, I click on the card and I can either buy crypto or I can deposit crypto into the wallet. Okay. And of course, there's going to be fees to deposit and all of that, but then I'll be able to use this to pay my bills anywhere in the world. So that's the beauty of having a virtual card. And then, it's cheap. It's only about $15 and it'll get you to where you need to be. Okay. So there you have it. That is your HyperPay card, your HyperPay app, and you're good to go. Just get to know it. The more you know, the more you'll feel comfortable with it and used. It's very, very easy application. Okay. That's it as far as that's concerned, as far as the HyperPay card, and the HyperPay app. I highly, highly recommend it. Get it, learn it, and enjoy it, okay? This is Mario, the HyperDriver. I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to go ahead and end the recording now and, review it. Keep going through it, okay? Take care.